So
like we need to know, like, if people are interested on coming over to support about the plans ahead for okay, ka date sort of really go guy, clean up like it's around like now. The South come we need help. Come on, because we are still living with those Somalians. To whenever some shop. So I just need to hear from you that the table like leader in this match. The head ups for any guy from here.
No, Ketabo Buang. I'm the president of Abahambe National Civil Movement. You know, what we are experiencing today is something that we shouldn't actually experience it. Referring to the history of our country. If I will take you back then, South Africa was a very peaceful country, a very clean, hygienic country. But the moment there were people coming in our country illegally, flooding themselves inside our freedom, that's where everything started to be a mess. And as government and other officials, they took this thing very light. Where they should have stepped in when the moment it started, by making sure that all the laws are enforced, such as Immigration, Criminal Procedure Act, your Section 19.4 of Employment Service Act, where people are coming in our country only on a critical scale. But we see a lot of people are working in the restaurant and all that. Those jobs are reserved for South Africans. Spaza shops are reserved for South Africans. You know, when we talk about the immigration laws, we talk about the Section 15. That gives privilege to the locals to own spaza shop, your saloons, selling of veg. If the government ensures all those laws are implemented and are forced and then are determined, we wouldn't be in this situation. So this march that are taking place, they are very significant to remind the government to say, you are not doing what you were actually appointed to do. You need to come back to your senses and bring back the restoration of the dignity of our country, because our country is no longer the country of the past, where during apartheid all our infrastructure was normal. But today our infrastructure is destroyed and it was left like that. You look at the train station, these trains are on Addis Ababa today. And then you ask yourself, how did this thing happen while in the presence of the government that we chose, the government that we believed in them to say they will carry on from where we took from the white and keep intact our infrastructures. So, you know, I'll tell you, my brother, we've been sold by our own people, allowing other people to come in our country legally, deliberately to kill our country. Our kids are on drugs. Human trafficking is huge. Drug trafficking is all over. People are not safe. Our security atlas is under risk. Our law enforcement on its own war, they are not safe because we don't know who is living in our country. Our country's population is flooded. We've got a lot of influx people that are in our country, whom myself and you, we don't know. They are not appearing in a people's register. People did not come through the subsection 1, subsection 2 of port of entry. They double up, they go through the bridges, all the rivers and all that, to find themselves into our country, into our freedom that we fought for. So that is why as South African, we are standing up, because we say enough is enough. These kind of marches, they make a difference. I'll tell you, people might take it light. They send a strong message. Now the government can see people are tired, they are exhausted, they are enough. That is why we're also advising to people, it's time that they must not vote for a party, but they must only look at the person who's doing the job and vote for that person to lead the country if possible, to lead the municipalities. Let people use the political parties as a vehicle to fight the issues of the communities, because some of the leaders, they are not unique, their lack of integrity, their lack of loyalty, they're only comfortable in their own zone at their place, where our marginalized communities who are poor remain poor of the poorest.
So, Abutabo, yeah, I understand if people should vote for the person, or they see that this person is capable. So how is that going to happen? Because of, as you speak, these people want to write the ballot paper for this coming elections, and of which on their list it's only the political parties tell already they are not working for us. So, for instance, I can about the Votela Malahan organization or South Africa. How are we going to do that? Or should we just raise our voice so that the government will understand what we want?
May now I'll raise my personal view. if Thabo wants to join a political party and then being known by the public, he must be voted to that political party to advance to a revolution. And if Thabo get to that position, he must not forget the people are the one that put him there. And then if Thabo does not deliver, the people must gather and stand and ask for Thabo to be removed, because Thabo did not do what he promised the people, did not do what the people voted for. We have a problem of that we wait for organization for their conference to say Utatswaka conference. This is a time that the organization, they need to review the conference thing and maybe amend a certain clause where that gives before that person reach to that conference. Because even that conference comes, we'll find that particular person to vote for him again. So I think that is another problem that we need to relook.
No, thank you, Brother. But that point of it, they are buying votes. It's true that one experience it a lot in South Africa. That is why we are in this today.
That is why now it comes to us as political activists or members of the political party. Enforce our political parties to amend a law that gives us Bashali a right to remove a person before the conference. Because it's a problem when you wait for 5 years. While you're waiting for that person, that person is being corrupt. He's keep doing wrong things. You're waiting for 5 years. Why can't we give them that law? That say if somebody does not perform the duties as it's supposed to be, as according to the principle Yabatupili, that person we can remove him and make a petition day by day and make sure that person is being removed in power before the specific period of that 5 years.
Okay. So now what is the way forward from here? Like today when we disband, people are disbanded. So what are again next week again? This can be Sunday.
The marches, they are intensified all over the province. Each and every township, they are doing their own marches. Obviously, to send a message. For now, I cannot tell with Region G, as Thabo now was invited, to say, leader, come to our place and advocate for the needs of the people of Region G. Me, I'm just a mere community leader. I'm all over. You can call me wherever you are. I'll come and assist where there is a need, because I belong to a social ill movement, which is Abahambe National Civic Movement. Yes. Yeah.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you, leader.
Yes, but I know that you're going to continue.
Definitely.
I'm always there.
Definitely.
I'm always there until the country is free.
For as long as our country is not liberated enough, we will never stop fighting.
Absolutely.
Because the freedom that we fought for, it's not the true freedom that we wanted. Our freedom, it is owned by people who are here in our country legally. Our freedom is owned by criminals who are there in parliament. Our localists.
Yes. Meaning that freedom is straight.
No, we were only liberated. The freedom is not in our hands. For as long as there's too much unemployment in our country, it tells you straight to that our country is not in our hands. Our economy is not our hands. So we need to stand up and fight for what we fought for as patriots, as citizens of this country.
No, thank you, Brother, for Nakoya.
Thank you. Definitely.
No, thank you.
Sure.
So, Brother,